there we go. There you go, there's the topic now. Some Marvel fans want Iron Man to return. They have went the lengths to actually rent a billboard to campaign for the return of Iron Man in the MCU. That's my opinion on that, man. No. But we'll get into it, I'm absolutely certain. Sean Connery is the GOAT, he is, man. He was a great guy. Tragic what happened to that dude. Obviously, having the dementia and stuff like that, but he had a great life. And sadly, that's just the way it is these days. A lot of people are getting it, so... My grandfather had it, my great uncle had it, so I'm well aware of it, what it's all about. But look, man, I don't even know if it's working here. I've not even got the OBS opened. I'm quite concerned there's nothing happening in YouTube, incidentally. It's saying there's a poor connection or some shit like that, which is absolute nonsense. There shouldn't be a poor connection. I've got an 8500 bitrate on this. It should be fucking perfect. But look, I digress. This is it, man. I'll bring it up. There you go. There's a tweet. Billboard is up in LA. Bring back Tony Stark to life. Tony deserves to come back and get a happy ending with his family. Well, I thought he's ended. Well, it's a cool billboard, don't get me wrong, it is. It's brilliant. I like the way they've done the Marvel Studios bring back thing, but it's not going to happen, is it? I'll tell you why it's not going to happen. I'm just going to cut this article off immediately. It's not going to happen because Tony, aka Robert Downey, because I just call him Tony now, because he's sort of symbiotic with that guy, that character. He doesn't want to come back. He's done with it. He spoke about it many times. I'm not saying he can't make a cameo at some point, maybe a little flashback or something, but he says he's done with it, man. He's wanting to do something different. By all accounts, he's shooting Sherlock Holmes just now, finally, hopefully with Jude Law. It's not going to be Guy Ritchie, but I'm happy nonetheless, because that was a great character he played. He doesn't want it. It doesn't make sense in the story. We've moved on from that Infinity Saga, and he had a great ending. He had a happy ending. I thought, well, it wasn't happy. I mean, he died tragically. Fuck's sake, he was hanging together. But it was the perfect ending for this character, and it would be besmirched if you go back and sully it by bringing him back to life. We always slag Marvel off, Disney off, the fake universe, cinematic universe, the fake death cinematic universe, I should say. How shit would it be if you bring back the greatest sacrifice in the cinematic universe to date? This guy was selfish, self-absorbed, masturbatory guy. He lived for himself, he found love, he had a daughter, he evolved through 11 years of storytelling to the point where he sacrificed everything that he held dear to him to bring back half the universe. I thought it was a perfect ending for the character. Look, I've got the fucking shield behind me. I want to see Captain America coming back at some point, but I'm kind of the same with that. I would quite like him to just go off into the sunset, and that character is done as well. He's had his moment, and I don't want them to bring him back for the sake of bringing him back as well. These guys were Titanic in that Infinity Saga, and if there's no need to bring it back, if it's not sensible to the story, just don't do it. I understand they're wanting him back because he was the godfather of that whole thing. He was the guy, the glue that was holding them all together, but he's away now, and we just have to lean on the likes of Tom Holland, who's another amazing character. Spider-Man is one of the great comic book characters. He's been wronged to date. He's been a little bitch, needing help off of Stark, getting held up by the female characters. This guy's got God-given ability. He's a great character. I think RDG will be sprinkled in some projects, maybe even a hologram, but I understand if RDG wants to do something else. Exactly. Look, man, look, I've said before, if you can bring him back, there's ways to do it. The way you can bring this guy back is making him a Jarvis-like AI. We can do it through multiverse. Maybe Doctor Strange visits another verse with Wanda, bumps into a version of, I don't know, Iron Man, who is assimilated into a suit or something like that. That's the way you can bring him back. He's an AI. He's not technically the same character, but he's voicing the character, and he's not really there. That could be a way to bring him back. But personally, I don't want to see him coming back, man. I just think he's done. He was a great character, but he served his purpose. He sacrificed himself for the greater good. Bring his little daughter in. Make her Iron Laddie or whatever the fuck they call it. There's ways you can do it, man. And I'd be more inclined to actually use other characters and do something intriguing with them. But look, I want to move on, man, to the